Good morning, everyone. I'm just going over the attendance list. I know Jorge is here, Anthony is here, Irene is here, Lourdes, and Genesis. Christina is joining. Steven also. Okay, in the meantime, until the rest joins in, I just wanted to mention something really important about assistance or attendance, attendance. So we are going to start calling attendance every hour. So we are normally our class lasts 4 hours. So every hour I'm going to mention your names, and just to make sure that every one of you is attending the 4 hours, is here in class during all 4 hours. So for now, I'm checking off all the boxes that I know Jorge, Lourdes, Steven, Genesis, Irene, Anthony, and Christina are here. So for the next hour, let's say at 10 o'clock, I'll be doing attendance list again. So that's to prove that every one of you has completed the necessary hours that you need in order to pass this course. Okay. If I don't see you connected, for me, if I don't see you in the Zoom at the point I'm gonna make the attendance list. To me, it's like you are not in the class if I don't see you connected. Okay. Here we have Cesar and Kayla. All right, guys. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone had a great week. Your families are doing well. So we're gonna start with Unit 6A. Remember where we left off last week? We were in Unit 5B, but we finished it. I'm just going to share my screen. So what were we talking last week? So last week was present simple. We were reviewing do and don't, and also does and doesn't. Today we're going to take over does and doesn't again. So in this class, we're going to learn about how to use simple, present simple for he, she, or it. All right. That's why we're going to start off first. I'm going to play a video for you guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to share my sound too. Okay, let's pay attention to the video.
This is Sarah. She wakes up early every day. She gets up. She has a shower. She brushes her teeth. She gets dressed. She goes to the kitchen. She has a cup of coffee. She leaves home and walks to the station. She waits for the train and looks at her phone. She really likes Facebook. Sarah works for a big company. She talks on the phone. She writes emails. She has meetings. She has lunch in a cafe. Sarah works all day. She finishes work and goes home. She cooks dinner. She watches television. She goes to bed. She sleeps. She dreams.
All right. So in this video, we can see what everybody does on a daily basis. So it's basically your daily routine. When you wake up, you shower, you have breakfast, you get dressed, you take the bus or drive your car. So it's basically, we're going to go over when we describe what other people do. In this section, specifically this unit, we're going to pay attention to the auxiliary verb, which is does for affirmative and doesn't for negative. So clearly we can see here in the book, if you have it right, I think you can all check on your books. We have the present simple rule, which whenever we see, when we want to describe a third person, which is he, she, or it, we always need to add s. In some cases, we have to add es after the verb, at the end of the verb. So to go over a few examples, let's go to this first exercise that we have, 1B. So let's do some practice, guys. Let's click over here. Did we do this last time? Just I wanted to check with you if we finished this. Apparently we did. Oh yeah, we finished this one. So let me go back. And also this one. Okay. I just want to check with you guys if you finished this one. Okay, no, this one hasn't been done yet. Okay, so everyone goes to this exercise Grammar Bank 1A. So what we're gonna do now is going to rewrite the sentences. Instead of saying, for example, they read magazines, we're going to replace it for he. So keep in mind the grammar rule we just reviewed. You need to add the S at the end of the verb. So for example, I'm gonna do the first one. If it's he, I'm going to say he reads. Just going to write the exact same sentence, but I'm making sure that I'm gonna add the S to read. So it's gonna be he reads magazines. So here's the difference, guys, that you need to pay attention to. All right. I'm gonna go to the next one. If somebody can help me out with this one. So instead of I study Italian, my sister, she's gonna study too, right? Here's the difference, guys. That's what when I said, in some cases, you have to replace, for example, a study ends in Y, I have to change it and replace for IES. Okay, because this is third person. My sister studies Italian. So check out how the verb changes right here. Next one. Do you speak English? So instead of do, because we're gonna refer to third person, so it's he. So instead of do, is does, right? Does he? And this is a tricky part because when we have the auxiliary verb, we don't need to add the S to the verb in a question sentence. So the verb is gonna stay the same. It's not changing because we already have does in the beginning of the sentence. So does he speak? See? The verb is the same. English. I don't need S here because I already have does. Number 4. My brother. So number 4 is I don't eat fish. So what do you think the answer is for this one? Who can tell me this one?
It's fish.
That's correct, but we are gonna do in a negative form. So instead of don't
expect.
Right, but it doesn't because it's for third person, which is he or my brother. It's when we talk about other people, when we talk about he, like anybody, she or it, like it's not us. Or like it's when you refer to third person. So he, she, or it. So keep that in mind. Doesn't eat fish. But you were right, Jorge. It's just that we have to keep in mind that we're going to make a negative sentence right here. So it doesn't. Number 5. Where do you work? So we're gonna replace for your wife. So wife, it's, you know, esposa, so she. So what would be the auxiliary here instead of do? So remember, for questions, does your wife work? Where does your wife work? Again, we have the auxiliary right here. So we don't need to add is right here. Because in questions forms, we use does.
Miss,
Your wife
I have a question.
work. Sorry?
Miss, I have a question. In this rule, we can change the person, the first person, a second person, for example.
So first and second person, the verb is not affected. But with the third person, which is he, she, or it, those are third person pronouns. Then the verb changes. For example, I eat, you eat. So that doesn't change. But if I say he eats, she eats, it eats, then it's when the verb gets affected.
Okay.
With the S. Okay, for number 6, you don't speak Italian. So instead of you, it's gonna be Tom, right? Another person. Tom, who can tell me this one?
Does speak Italian.
Doesn't, yeah, doesn't speak Italian. Number 7, do you like cars? What would be the answer here? In the first, for question form. Is it gonna be do or does?
Does.
Perfect, thank you. Does she like cats? Oh, sorry, cats. I thought it was cars. It's cats. Does she like cats? See, the verb doesn't need the S. I don't have an S here because I have does here. Number 8. I have 2 brothers. Instead of I, Andrew, for example. Andrew. So this is the one I have to explain. Have, this question came up last time, I guess. So one of you guys asked me, has Yeah. So have is for one second person, right? But when it's third person, he, she, or it, it's gonna becoming has. Andrew has 2 brothers. So this is a type of rules that we cannot forget. We have to learn them by heart. We have to memorize this. Has. Next one, 9. What do you eat for lunch? So we have a he right here. So what would be the right form? Do or does?
Does.
Yeah. So what does he? And for the verb?
Eat for lunch.
Eat for lunch. Yeah, so the verb stays the same because we have does. If you guys do this, what does he eat for lunch? It's wrong, okay? It's not like that. It's like this because we don't need that. We have does right here. Number 10, we watch a lot of TV. So for this one, my mother
Watches a lot of TV.
Yeah, perfect. That's exact answer. Watches. Perfect. So we added es. So this is one of those verbs when you, instead of adding just the s, you add es at the end. My mother watches a lot of TV. Number 11, what do you do? So here's your son. Tu hijo. ¿Qué hace tu hijo? Well, how do we start here?
What does your son do?
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. Correct. What does your son do? And number 12, we don't need a car. Maria. If it's a negative form, is it does or doesn't?
Doesn't.
Doesn't. Maria doesn't need a new car. Okay. Oh, that was my mistake. I actually had a mistake here. It was a speak, but instead of K, I added a L, so that was me. I hope you guys did well here. Okay. So let's just go over a little bit of pronunciation in this section. Let's listen to this recording.
2.54 Zebra Z has lives listens reads Does. Doesn't.
Snake. S. Works. Likes. Speaks. Eats. Drinks.
Is. Finishes. Watches. Teaches.
So guys, check how the verb changes here. So for those words that end with SH, CH, like finish, watch, or teach, you add ES. So always pay attention to those words when you see that they end with these consonants, SH or CH. It's a grammar rule. You're gonna need to add ES for third person when you refer to he, she, or it. Okay, we have more vocabulary right here. Let's check it out. It's about occupations.
2.57. Jobs and places of work. 1. What do they do? A. 1. A teacher. 2.
A doctor.
3. A nurse. 4.
A journalist.
5.
A waiter.
A waitress. 6.
A shop assistant.
7. A receptionist. 8.
A policeman.
A policewoman. 9.
A factory worker.
10. A taxi driver.
Okay, guys, so what we just were listening to was jobs. The question that came up with this was, what do they do? ¿A qué se dedican? What do they do? Okay, next one. Places. This is places to work. Let's check it out.
2.59. 2. Where do they work? 1.
In a hospital.
2.
In a shop.
3.
In a restaurant.
4.
In an office.
5.
In a school.
6.
In a factory.
7.
At home.
8.
In the street.
Okay, guys, let's do some practice here. Which one of you work? Who's working? Can somebody share? ¿Alguien me puede decir quién trabaja?
I have a work.
Okay, you have a job, right? So what do you do, Jorge?
Well, I have working in the Nestlé company, but
You are
the position is the engineer of cacao.
engineer of?
Of cacao. That's known is the position
Yeah.
in the group.
Okay. So engineer.
Mhm.
Engineer,
Uh-huh.
okay. Nice. Okay, ¿quién más? Who else? Thank you, Jorge. Who else is working? ¿Quién más trabaja? ¿Quién quiere compartir? Who wants to share? All right. Next one. So we're gonna move on to the reading section. So basically it's all about jobs, apparently. Let's click on it. Okay, we have 10 minutes to complete this activity, okay? So let's read and then answer.
Teacher,
Yeah.
grammar bands 1B, we had to do.
Grammar bank 1B. Did we do that?
Yes, SM.
Okay, let me just check this first. You guys, I don't think you can go back. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we can do it after that one since I think yo creo que ya los chicos entraron a la actividad de reading. So we'll do the grammar bank 1B after, okay?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, thanks, Anthony. Is that Anthony who said that?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thanks, Anthony. I don't see your camera on. Thanks. Okay, let's start. Let's read. Okay, English at work. Okay, Genesis, please, can you read the first paragraph?
What do these people have in common? A banker in Mexico City, a barman in a five-star hotel in Moscow, and a worker in the Hitachi electronics factory in Tokyo. They all speak English at work. Do you speak English at work? Right, tell us.
Thank you. First, who's Marcos? Okay, let's go with Cesar. Marcos. What does Marco do?
I work in a restaurant in Madrid. I am
Yeah, so we have a blank space, so we have to complete. Let's do the first answer, which is number 1. You see the box at the bottom. So for number 1, so what his job? He works at a restaurant. Do you think he says that he worked at a restaurant? He's a banker Is he a barman or he's a worker?
Worker.
Right, just that when for the description, see the first paragraph, when they say, what do these people have in common? So one works in a bank, another one works in a hotel, and another one works in a Hitachi electronics factory. So which one of these it's more related to the restaurant job? ¿Cuál de todas estas trabajos se relaciona más al trabajo en restaurante?
He is a waiter.
So could be a waiter, but we're gonna just focus on the first, the description. Nos vamos a enfocar en los tres trabajos que están descritos en la parte principal de la lectura.
A barman.
A barman, perfect, yeah, barman. So yeah, I work in a restaurant in Madrid. I am a barman. So he says, I speak English at work every day because a lot of tourists come here. I help customers with their menu and I say what the special dishes are. A lot of tourists don't speak Spanish, but they usually speak English. They are very happy because they can talk to me. Okay. Number 2.
But then where she's saying the barman.
I work in it. Okay. And I work in an office in Paris. It's a multinational company where people from other countries visit the company. I need to welcome them in English. So it's not, I don't. What job do you think this is, number 2?
Barman too. He worked in the no, he's an office man.
Mm-hmm.
Banker.
Banker.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Okay, you guys, let me just do this. Banker. Let me just find out the answer. No vayan a contestar en este momento ni a terminarla porque yo quiero ver cuál es, porque estoy un poco confundida con este ejercicio. I'm a little confused. So, okay, it wasn't barman, it was waiter. So you were right, Jorge. And it's receptionist. Para los que no han terminado, los que están a tiempo, corrijan esta respuesta y guarden sus respuestas. Waiter and receptionist. Okay. So yeah, so basically it's the receptionist who perform these duties, which is welcoming people into an office, answering phone. So yeah, I think it was like a guessing game. All right, let's move to the grammar bank number 1B that since we didn't do it apparently, let's check this one. 1B, grammar bank. Okay, put the verb in brackets in the right form. Example, they don't live near here. Not live. Okay, that's the first example. She so we have to replace the verb in brackets. El verbo en paréntesis lo tenemos que reescribir en la forma correcta en la cajita. She
listens to BBC for
yes, listens. Because we are talking about in third person. My brother. What would be the right form of the verb?
goes.
Goes. See? That's the way it changes because it's my brother, it's he. Okay, he not work. We checked this last week. Is it don't or is it doesn't?
Don't.
Great, guys. Here, Angela. So it's a she. What will be the right form? It's a question. ¿Cómo comenzaban las preguntas?
Does. Teacher,
Great. Yes.
en la tercera le falta el verbo, creo que es work.
Oh, sorry. Thanks. Thank you so much. Don't work. Yeah. Everyone correct this one, please. Next one is, okay, does Angela
Leave.
Yeah, good job. Leave. The programming. It's eat. La programación. Termina a las 9:30. So, is it finish or finishes?
Finishes.
Finishes. She usually
Has.
Great. Has fruit for breakfast. We
Watches.
don't watch. So watches is for third person, remember. It's for he, she, or it. Don't watch. This is another question. This is the pregunta.
Do you want
Okay, guys. Do you want tea or coffee? Number 9. So this is a plural. Remember, children? It's plural, okay?
where do your children go to school?
Go, okay? Just go, because it's like they. The pronoun they. Number 10. Linda, she. Is a negative.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, perfect. Doesn't eat. Number 11. Andrew, he. And it's a question.
Does Andrew like his new job?
Does Andrew like And Luisa, she.
Doesn't have.
Yeah, doesn't have. Oops. Perfect, great job. So let's just check the answer. She listens. My brother goes. We don't work. Does Angela leave? The program finishes. She usually has. We don't watch. Do you want? Where do your children go? Linda doesn't eat. Does Andrew like? Luisa doesn't have. Okay. Okay, I have 2 Anthonys in my class. Guys, you need to turn on your cameras, please, because it's gonna count as attendance. Si no tienen sus cámaras, no cuenta como asistencia. And I'm just gonna say something important that I mentioned in the beginning of this class, that every hour I'm gonna be mentioning your names.
Es que a mí me está fallando la cámara. Así que dejo prendida, pero igual se va.
Ok. Si puedes, manténla encendida las veces que puedas. Si se apaga, trata nuevamente, pero necesito que todos tengan las cámaras encendidas lo más que puedan. As I was saying, every hour I'm gonna be doing the attendance list, so I know that you are attending the 4 hours of the class. Cada hora voy a tomar lista para saber que todos han estado presentes en las 4 horas. Okay. So let's finish this exercise. Okay, we were at vocabulary, right? We finished this one, I guess. Okay, pay attention to these two recordings, please, guys.
2.61.
Bird. Work. Journalist. Factory worker. Nurse. Thirsty. Her.
Okay.
Two 2.62.
What does she do?
What does she do?
She's a nurse.
Where does she work?
She works in a hospital.
Does she speak English at work?
No, she doesn't.
Does she like her job?
Yes, she does.
Okay, we're gonna do a writing practice. Write 2 paragraphs about the 2 people you know who have jobs. Okay, everyone please enter in this link. You can actually okay, ya todos entraron al link porque les va a tomar 10 minutos. It's gonna take us 10 minutes. Chicos, ¿ya entraron o no han entrado todavía al ejercicio?
I have started.
You haven't started or you have started?
I have started.
Ok. Esto lo vamos a dejar para la casa. I'm just gonna give you another try. Just give me 1 second. Les voy a dar otro intento para que puedan terminarlo, porque solamente pueden con un intento al parecer en esta también. Okay. En este momento escriban lo que puedan, pero lo van a poder realizar nuevamente en casa, o sea, lo pueden hacer después de que termine la clase con más calma. ¿Ok? You need to write about 2 people that you know that they work. Como lo ven en el ejemplo, tienen que escribir de 2 personas que ustedes conozcan que trabajen. Y lo van a hacer, y lo van a hacer acorde al ejemplo que tienen ahí. Okay. Cuando terminen, me avisan para continuar con la siguiente unidad. ¿Sí, chicos?
Para comprarlas. De 100 y piquillo están a 65. No sé si estarán a ese mismo precio.
Mami, ese